Winterstein help that ball out at all. Monovan standing here, playing it for Rain. Moylan has options, takes them on himself, gets away from Marty Tapau. Not too many manage to do that. Now he towards Winterstein as well. Wants to play it quickly and gets a penalty for his team.
That's just rubbish. You have to. Hang on, Mitch. Here we go.
I'll tap it and go. Moylan. Isaiah back on this left-hand side now. Grabbed there by Lane and Cherry Evans. Lane taking them on for dummy half, but picked out the mark at Cherry Evans, who wasn't falling for a dummy. Had a few digs from close range. This corner off the field without a result as yet. Arawira Naira still inside the 10 with tackles up their sleeves. Amo, he says, give me a chance. I've done the best so far. He's almost got across the line again. Try and play it for Rain. Moylan and Cherry Evans up in his face. Uwate read it nicely. Came in and half volleyed a kick. And Manly have absorbed the pressure again.
And it was just a frantic set from Penrith. It lacked direction. It lacked purpose. I mean, if you're the Manly defence, you basically just follow Matty Moylan because they're just giving him the football and say, you create something, come up with something. And the kick in behind, the last resort to Uwate, read it well.
One of the reasons Manly find themselves in the top 4 in what's the season is their defence. They're a 5-point better team defensively this year, and we've seen that again here tonight. After they consider that soft try early on. Cherry Evans almost away and running all the way to the try line down this right-hand side. Sean Lane, he can offload, but that one was a quarterback sneak play for the running back.
There he is.
Yeah, we've mentioned panic, we've mentioned building pressure, and none of that's happening yet. Daly Cherry Evans giving a nice little fend there to Moylan. It's a great matchup on this left-hand side. And Lane out of it.
You almost never see penalties for players being deliberately offside passes like that anymore, and if you're going to penalise one, well, that might have been it. Panthers get the ball nonetheless as Rain goes to Merritt. Barrett, Coruscant. Got injuries in the forwards, Manly coming here tonight. And Curtis Siren, of course, with that pec muscle injury. Lewis Brown injured last week, a knee problem. And it's a makeshift forward pack tonight. Jake Trbojevic also absent. Another penalty here. It makes it 6-2 already to the Panthers. On the Blake, it's bouncing into the tackle there of Kelly. And the ball deemed to have been ripped out again. You see Henry Perenara with the 2 fingers in the air saying more than one in the tackle, boys. As Wonga Blake finds the line. And what can the Panthers offer here? There have been some sets inside the 20. With a little bit to be desired. Just outside the 10. Rain comes to the left-hand side, takes them on. Good tackle there, made by Fanua Blake. Tapau helping to close the door. Moylan fires it across to Cleary. He takes them on, gets an offload away. Edwards, he can step and he's so quick. He did well to recover. Rain again. Crash ball here for Campbell. Gillard, who gets across the line, but it looks like he's been held up.
Great defence, Tom Trbojevic. They have to try expose his positional play, the Penrith Panthers. He's been caught, just in this set alone, he's been caught twice, up in the defensive line for the full set. Guys like Darius Boyd, Billy Slater, they'll fill in positionally, but then they fold in behind the line.
Play 5 here for the Panthers. Moylan to Edwards. He bounced off Walker. The impact was enough for Tapau to clean him up. He lost the ball there. Oh, they're going to say another penalty. And here is the official warning. That might have been a tough one.
I'll get you. No more now. No more. You know what's coming. When I get a second, but I'm telling you now.
Debatable calls, sir. They are.
It doesn't matter. I'm telling you now. No more.
We can't have 50-50 calls, sir.
When you're ready.
DCE wants 50-50 calls at the moment. It's about 350% to 50. 7-2. Well, the penalties, 3.5 to 1. Here's Moylan taking them on. He loses it. No strip this time. And Manly, what an effort to hang on under so much pressure.
Well, he's been very busy, Matty Moylan, taking the ball to the line, as he does so well. The Manly Sea Eagles repel that. Great little set of 6.
Kelly goes across to right. Winterstein wrapping around the back, and he decides to hang on to it. Coruscant, they got left with the ball in their hands after all the work they've done on their own line. Cherry Evans out there on the left-hand side now, mixing things up and almost away again. Kelly stepping across the halfway line. Play 5 as Coruscant links up with Green. Oh, him getting tackled. The kick coming on the next. Wright will work it down. 35 outs. Last tackle here. Winterstein feeds it for Cherry Evans. Merrin came out quickly. Travojevic down the short side, off the outside of the boot. Rolls it down to Redwoods. It was ad lib, but it worked out okay for the Sea Eagles.
And whilst their attack's been scrappy, the Penrith Panthers, one feature of their game tonight has been their line speed. As we see Manly return serve now.
Matthew Wright jamming in on Josh Mansell, left winger on left winger. He says, get up. I don't know that Josh wants to after the hit that he just took. Jammed in, did Wright. And you don't see Josh Mansell get wobbled too often. Watch this. Right across the shoulders. And the Panthers under siege here to work it away from their own end. Latu. Kick from Cleary inside the 30. He was knocked to the ground. It wasn't a conventional looking tackle. And as a result, it was a no-brainer penalty, and there might be a Sea Eagle here going to the bin.
Yeah, really dumb play. Really dumb play. They did everything right in that set of 6.
And I will get to you.
Aimed up in defence.
How is he? Yeah, how is he?
And then Winterstein comes up with this play.
Yeah.
Can you please hear me out? Can you please hear me out? I've listened a lot tonight. There have been a lot of debatable penalties against us. Put us under a lot of pressure. As a side, we're not trying to put us under pressure. We're trying to be as clean as possible. I think we need a bit more leniency. I think we're getting hard done by.
Okay, that's cool. You've had your say, and now I'll have mine.
Yep.
Every penalty that you've had down there are breakdowns, okay? So, yes, you may think that, but the fact is I've got to make a decision. And I'm saying that your team is not good enough. That is a blatant penalty because he hasn't wrapped his arms. The warning still stands.
Okay, cool.
So Winterstein will stay on the field. Might have been a bit of contact there with the elbow on the point of the chin on Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, really dumb play, as I mentioned there before. And you heard Perenara say there, the warning still stands. So if there is a penalty going in, we're going to have to see someone go to the bin.
They're under pressure in more ways than one right here, the Sea Eagles in this set. Cleary, Harawira and Naira. Play it just outside the 20. Hadn't regained his feet, but he held the ball on the ground. It's play on all the same as Latu. Play it just outside the 10. Rain. Looping ball there to Moylan. Back on the inside for Edwards. But maybe been drawn by what Moylan did before he passed it. Quick play the ball. Rain goes to Cleary. Here's a chance. Stepping back against the grain. Grabbed there by Winterstein. And also Lawrence, who's back on deck. Comes across. Merrin trying to find a way through Perrott. Lane. Fanua-Blake also. Last tackle. Cleary wants a result. Any result. Kelly. Sensational hands. Loses the ball in the tackle. Didn't have it held securely. And 6 more tackles. What an effort to come up with the ball and then almost make a break. And the work gets undone. Peachy stepping all the way back to the right-hand side. Plays it for Rain. Latu. Pop a lovely ball in this vicinity. Takes the tackle here. Lane looking at the back for Moylan. It came up quickly. Walker it was. Peachy tries to keep it alive. Comes back there to Isaiah Yeo. Does well to stay in the field of play. Play forward. They're up quickly again. Coruscant herds Merrin. Back towards the left touchline. What pressure they've soaked up so far, Manly, in this game. Cleary at the line. Turns it back on the inside for Latu. Trbojevic was there, couldn't stop the offload. Rain shows it, takes them on. Green stops him, or was it Lawrence? It was the forward. Only a metre out. Last tackle again as Edwards has to wait for a one bouncer. It goes back to Moylan. Nothing doing here, so he grubbers for himself. Was he taken out legally, or was there interference? No call. It's going to be a dropout.
Well, they're hanging on just nicely, the Manly Sea Eagles. Some of the touches of brilliance in that last set of 6 was absolutely amazing. And Matty Moylan has just put a nice little kick there, got his team another set.
The big rap has to go to the right edge of Manly. They are equal first in the competition as one of the best defensive edges. They've made some really good decisions out there. Matty Moylan's doubled up on his plays, come down at the left, gone away and come back again. Dylan Walker, Cherry Evans, getting a lot of help from Tom Trbojevic as well.
Lloyd Perrott might have been very lucky not to have given away a penalty there for knocking Moylan to the ground. Here he is involved in the tackle with Brendan Lawrence. The Panthers bring it on the attack again. They're about to have play the ball number 30 inside the Sea Eagles 20. We've only had 32 minutes of game time. An incredible tally. Here's Cleary going to Edwards, running towards Green. We're talking about Manly's improved defence not that long ago. This has been some sort of display right here. What an exhibition from them. Merrin standing in the tackle. I wonder how Tamo was able to sneak through early on. They've been that good. The pass goes by Cleary, knocked backwards. Kelly able to swoop on him. They've got one more tackle again, but they've lost their direction. Moylan, they came out quickly for Newell. Blake couldn't stop him. He holds it in one hand. He kicks it to Cherry Evans. And that was the sign of a team out of ideas.
And they're falling into Manly's trap. Tarmel showed them the way in the first 5 minutes. As you see a ball go backwards, another lost ball. Off the back of conceding 8 penalties, 2 errors, they'll give the ball back, but Tarmel went straight through the middle. Manly are really adjusting well. The width in their spacing in defence. You're looking around the goalpost. When Penrith have got the football, the spaces are huge. Merrin and his forwards, they have to realise this. Rain, I should say. He's got to play nice and straight and bring the forwards onto the football into them spaces.
Don't come out early.
We'll get another chance right here, Corey.
Yeah, they certainly will. He's been very creative in the back half of the field, Mitch Rain. But I'd like to see him, as you mentioned there, Gaz, just turning some guys under, asking some questions at the middle.
Harawira Naira. Games in his rookie season. Comes to Latu. Do some footwork there, but grabbed by Newell Blake and also Perrott. How long can they maintain this line right across the field? Edwards trying to get past Kelly. They're hitting and sticking. Contact has been terrific. Rain. Feed back here for Cleary. Moylan again. It's had so many touches. Yeo bouncing out of the tackle there of Walker. A chance for Moylan. Desperate Manly. Recover. Comes from Cleary. Back to Tim Brown. Does some goose stepping. Get something going. He's taken the ground. 4 plays gone in this set. Numbers again down the short side. Moylan for Yeo. The short ball doesn't work. Lane and Walker, they stop him. One more for the Sea Eagles to hang on. It bounces up to Cleary. He bombs away. It might be their best chance. It's there for Watene Zelezniak. He was up above them. If there was no knock on, he has a 4-pointer.
Over try. Onside through to that contest there, please, mate.
We see the kick here. Looks
We've cleared the right side Penrith chasers as being onside.
Fantastic leap from Watene-Zelezniak.
There's a touch from Blake into the right hand of Watene-Zelezniak. There's some doubt about this.
Wow. He steals it. He's stolen his mate's try, well, what will probably be a no try.
Certainly touches Wonga Blake before Watene-Zelezniak has taken complete possession of the ball. And I think he loses possession of it anyway and makes contact there with Matthew Wright. I think there's a couple of reasons to make this no try.
And you would think it's the first one. From Blake's hands into Zelezniak's.
We've cleared that Penrith take possession from the contest.
Which one?
Well, something had to give, didn't it, really?
And maintains possession to the ground. We have a decision going to the board.
Well, make of that as you wish. But something did have to give with the Manly Sea Eagles. There was too much pressure on their own line. And it come in the way of a crossfield kick.
Well, we were 0 for 2, as it turns out. That's hard.
Okay, we
hard to agree with.
hard
The confusing things
We've
for
done an
fans.
outstanding job considering how much ball they've had on our try line. I think we've done everything we possibly can to obey you tonight. We really have.
Okay, for a start, that ain't the penalty count, but that doesn't matter. I'm calling as I see it, and you guys are that bad at the moment. Like I said, the warning still stands.
All right.
He's fighting a losing battle, DCE. But the confusing things for fans is you think of when people go for the football, they bobble it, it goes into a defender, falls back in their arms. That constitutes a knock-on. He's just snatched it out of his own teammate's hands and planted the football down, which is far worse than the football just bobbling into a person's chest before you grab it back yourself.
Yeah, you did mention confusing.
Cleary's kick. Nothing confusing about his goal kicking. What a season he is having coming into tonight's game, kicking at 91%. And from out there on the sideline, he makes it 12 points to 4, Andy.
Boys, something just a little random for you. Haha, what a surprise. The Eagles, they've gone on, obviously, with the 4-man bench. One of them in Cameron Cullen, a half a hooker. The other, Brad Parker, predominantly a centre. With all the ball Penrith have had, especially the fatigue on the Manly middlemen, carrying just 2 interchange middlemen, how big of a difference is that going to be in the last 20, 30 minutes of this game?
That was an interesting call, Andy, as you mentioned, considering that Brad Parker sat on the bench last week and did not get on the field for the Sea Eagles in the win over the Warriors. They only played with 16 men in that game in fairly trying conditions. It was raining pretty much throughout against the Warriors. And as you mentioned, Cullen there, backup hooker, half. Parker, centre winger. And then just Perrott, of course, off the bench. And also for Noah Blake. That's a good point you make. Here are the Sea Eagles to try and work it away from their own territory. Possession is just incredible. In the last 20 minutes of the game, 31 tackles for the Panthers inside the Manly 20-metre zone. None at the other end for the Sea Eagles. Noah Blake playing it. Perrott rolls across the halfway line. Phenomenal effort to keep the Panthers out for as long as they did before they succumbed to the Cleary kick. Here's Edwards bringing it back. Chase with Coruscant was good, and Edwards sliding awkwardly into the tackle. Might have been Coruscant. Took the worst of it. Now Mansour. That's more like the Josh Mansour we know. Pokes his nose through the line, supplies a quick play. The ball, Rain jumps out from dummy half. And just like that on 3 plays, they're almost back at the halfway line. Watene-Zelezniak comes in. There are some signs here that the effort in Moylan tied without success. Now Cleary gets away from Coruscant, who came up quickly on the line. Naira just gives it off to Blake. He's got nothing happening either. Runs towards Cherry Evans, with that pass looked forward to Brown.
Change over.
I don't know what happened there.
Hand over, play
Yeah,
the
they
ball.
ran out of ideas there.
Play the ball.
Kick it
The
over.
ball was in the wrong hands.
Thanks, mate.
We see a little flick out the back. You mentioned about penalties on deliberate forward passes, was.
I think Cleary's got to take more control there. He's got such a really good touch. Anywhere inside that 30, he should be giving his wingers opportunity.
Who picked us to win the competition or to finish first at the end of the regular season has no idea about football. Having said that, all the same, their attack has gone right off to what it was at the back end of 2016. That is undeniable. Here's Terry Evans kicking the ball backwards to give it to Waku Uate. As the siren sounds, talk about confidence. He'll try anything at the moment. At the break, as the Panthers in what feels like a must-win game for them here tonight at home, they lead the Sea Eagles 12 points to 4. 2 tries to 1 after Tamo got across the line in the 3rd minute. Manly were able to respond with Dylan Walker, and then Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. He grabbed the try to make it 12-4. Let's go downstairs to Andy Raymond.
Nathan Cleary, 12-4. Are you happy?
Yeah, relatively happy going into half time in the lead, but we just need to come out second half and defend it now.
A lot of football. Are you making the most of your opportunities?
I think we could be a bit better with our execution. Hopefully do that in the second half.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Now they're in front, but they've had so much possession. We'll see what the team make of it at the break. This is Bundaberg Rupp, Super Saturday.
The football competition of the summer is coming to Premier Sports. Watch 19 games featuring some of the Premier League's best, along with Real Madrid, Barcelona, and a host of top European sides.
Oh, what a goal! Absolutely astounding! The
2017 International Champions Cup, this July on Premier Sports.
Welcome to QuickBooks. Manage your small business finances with it. Customize and send invoices in seconds. Get paid faster. Automatically calculate self-assessment and VAT. Run payroll with ease. And connect everything to your bank account. All using an effortless solution that's great for accountants and used by over 1 million small businesses. QuickBooks makes any place your place of business. See your finances in a whole new way. Search QuickBooks today. Now with up to 50% off for your first 6 months. QuickBooks. Your accounts and taxes done.
If you think rugby league's just a game for youngsters, think again. Masters Rugby League is a new form of the game, specially created for the over 35s. From full contact to non-contact, there's a pair of shorts for everyone. Get fit, make friends, have fun. To find your nearest Masters Rugby League club, just search Masters Rugby League online or drop us an email.
Bad odour is caused by bacteria in your underarm. So we created Sure Antibacterial Odour Protection. Protection that fights the source of bad odour. Sure Antibacterial reduces 90% of odour-causing bacteria. Also available for men. Sure, it won't let you down.
Whether you're a Super Yorkshire fan, a Super Lancastrian, or even a not-so-super Australian, if you're a Super Rugby League fan, there's one newspaper you really can't be without. Every Monday, League Weekly brings you the world of rugby league. From our own action-packed Super League to the red-hot NRL, and all the gossip in between. We have expert views from the best commentators and writers, plus forum pages, insider analysis, and all the stats that matter.
League Weekly, the #1 read for league fans. Giddy up.
You can't make it to dinner. Dinner makes it to you.
You forgot the Parmesan.
When's your Dolmio Day?
Kingston Press League One, on your #1 channel for rugby league.
They have come here and they have conquered supremely well.
Toronto Wolfpack versus University of Gloucestershire, all gold.
That's a try.
Wonderful play.
Live tonight on Premier Sports.
to a fascinating match underway at Pepper Stadium. The Panthers, they have their heads back in the game well and truly after last week's humiliation, while Manly, they are up for the contest courtesy of an agitated but excellent DCE. Greg Alexander, Luke Lewis and Brett Finch are with you for your Super Saturday. 12 points to 4 at half-time, Finchy. We heard Nathan Cleary talk about execution, but what else can they take out of that first half?
Yeah, I think Manly will be pretty happy with that scoreline. Only 42% possession, and out of that 42%, 65 in their own half on the back of an 8-2 penalty count to Penrith and something like 39 times tackled inside Manly's 20 metres. So it's all Penrith at the moment. I think Manly can help their cause by cutting down their penalties and their completion rate. 9 from 14. Trent Barrett will want to get rid of those errors, but it's been all Penrith and they've virtually just parked themselves down Manly's own quarter.
Does Manly have the composure to swing this back into their favour? Obviously, the Panthers, they can come up with pretty much anything.
Oh, absolutely. I think Manly have shown over the last couple of weeks that they can get back into the game, but it comes back down to having the ball in the right part of the field. So, they can get back to completing their sets and, get a few penalties back, back-to-back penalties and start getting a little bit more ball in that side, that 20 of Penrith zone. I think they can definitely get back into the game.
And rarely do those stats stay the same. It will swing around. There's no... They will get their share of penalties. They started off the Panthers with James Tarmo. Great moment for James Tarmo, who his season hasn't been the best, but was able to force his way across the line in the opening minutes of the match. Look, they've had so much ball down that end. Manly have only had a couple of chances down at Penrith, and they came up with a try through Dylan Walker. A terrific pass from Daly Cherry-Evans, but that is a good sign for Manly. The fact that they haven't spent much time down there but were able to come up with a try pretty quick and pretty easy, while Penrith have just chipped away at Manly. Manly's defence has been outstanding, and it was only a kick, and a great kick from Nathan Cleary that saw Penrith score their second try, with Wonga Blake and Zalesniak getting up over the top of Matthew Wright. Zalesniak ended up getting the ball down in the end.
Well, Dallin Watene-Zalesniak, it was a mess, but was it a try? Did you think it was a try, honestly?
No, because I thought that Wonga Blake touched the ball first and pushed it forward into the hands of Dallin. Dallin actually took it out of his hands, but I thought Wonga touched it first. So I was concerned and was expecting no try, but was quite happy when I saw the try come up.
Pleasant surprise. Yeah. Finchy, the other battle that's unfolding so far is DCE up against Henry Perinara, the referee. Now, I don't know who's going to win this.
15 years and never won once. So,
well, it's certainly a battle of the wills at the moment. Let's have a listen to Daly as he tries to fight for Manly's cause.
Come off.
It counts 10-2.
No, it's not. You know for a fact that's not the case.
I honestly don't believe that that's a true reflection of where we are at the side, mate.
Okay,
we're trying extremely hard to listen to you. I think we've done an outstanding job considering how much ball they've held on our try line. I think we've done everything we possibly can to obey you tonight. We really have.
Okay, for a start, that ain't the penalty count, but that doesn't matter. I'm calling as I see it, and you guys are that bad at the moment. Like I said, the warning still stands.
All right.
Yeah, Henry delivering a bit of a warning there. Daly talking about 10-2, about penalties conceded. Who's in the wrong here?
I think it's... The major concern is... I've got no problems if it's the 8-2 penalty count, but we see so often it swings back the other way and all of a sudden it levels up, and no team can be that bad, and then you'd like to think, all of a sudden they become that good, so...
What are the odds of it swinging around and the penalty count ending up being about 8-7 or 8-6?
And that's the
I reckon we're guaranteed to see that. I reckon they're guaranteed to see that.
But we'll see. Look, I don't think either. Daly Cherry-Evans has got every right. He needs to continue to question. He went to Henry Perinara a couple of times in that first half, I think, just to slow things down a bit, because Penrith were getting so many penalties and having so much possession inside their own half. Henry Perinara had a fair idea of what the penalty count was. He knew exactly what it was.
Absolutely. They don't get those ones right. All right. Don't forget, later on tonight, we are off to Melbourne. It is the Storm and the Eels. Andrew Voss caught up with Tim Manor.
Tim, it's a well-worn cliche, 1 week at a time, but you guys have got to realise what an opportunity this is tonight with a whole bunch of sides behind you on the ladder.
Yeah, we're very aware of where we're at and how important tonight is. So we've prepared really well all week, and like I said, we really understand how important it is tonight to really put in a good performance.
From the Parramatta game plan tonight, last time we were here with the Origin players out, Brodie Croft, young halfback, stood up. Has he figured in your plans this week? You've watched a bit of tape of him?
Yeah, it's not just Brodie. We watched obviously their last two games without the Origin players, and all their young guys really stood up. So we are aware of how good they go, they're young kids, and it's really important that right across the board our boys really turn up, because their forward pack's still very strong. So and a lot of the young kids that are sliding in and doing a great job for them. So it's a huge night for us.
Well, from a Fox League viewer's point of view, one of the highlights tonight, the attack of the four wingers. I mean, you've got some serious attack on your two wings, but so have they.
Yeah, it's another thing we obviously looked at. Their wingers are doing a great job for them, and it's not only the try scoring that they're doing, it's also getting them off to a good start at the start of their set. So we've really got to do a good job on them, and hopefully they'll go a long way in getting a win for us tonight.
Okay, Tim, big game, go well.
Thanks, Vossi. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, Vossi with Tim Manor there. Now, back to our current game. The Lab Predictor has Penrith winning by 10 points with a 73% chance of winning. I know that'll warm the cockles of your heart. Boys, do you feel like Penrith are going to take this away by 10 points?
I think Manly are right in this. Their defence was outstanding. They've just got to try and get some ball and get back in the game.
Yeah, I'm with Finchy. I think Manly get their back into the game. I reckon the penalty count's going to flip, and I think we're going to see pretty much what we've just seen, but in Manly favour.
I don't think 8 points is enough. After the ball that they've had, the chances they've had, I don't think 8 points is enough. I'm worried.
You're worried the Fox Sports Lab has got it wrong. All right. Well, coming up, can 8 points be enough, or will Manly make it 6 wins in a row? The second half between the Panthers and the Seagulls coming up on Fox League.
The football competition of the summer is coming to Premier Sports. Watch 19 games featuring some of the Premier League's best, along with Real Madrid, Barcelona, and a host of top European sides.
Oh, what a goal! Absolutely astounding!
The 2017 International Champions Cup, this July on Premier Sports. 4020 magazine is your next generation rugby league monthly. From Bali to Belgrade, Barrow to Brisbane, Swinton to Sydney, 4020 is packed with high quality articles by the best known names in the game. 4020 is on sale the 13th day of every month. Or subscribe by calling 0113 225 97 97 or at scratchingshedpublishing.com. 4020, the alternative voice of rugby league. iPhone and iPad app edition also available. Leisure.co.uk, official stockists of the Australian NRL with the very latest on and off field wear for the Broncos, Storm, Rabbitohs and all your favourite NRL teams. With a huge stock of jerseys, shorts, vests, polos and tees, plus great hoodies and training jackets as well as a full range of protective and playing equipment. We stock the lot. Get same day dispatch and free delivery on orders over £70. Visit us online or in-store today.
Gareth and Julie, Winston Wolfe. You're looking to insure your house through a price comparison site? Look, if you think you'll only find the best home insurance deal there, then lots of luck.
Coffee, Mr. Wolfe, lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Oh, thanks, Morag. I'll see you crazy kids around.
Kingston Press League One on your #1 channel for rugby league.
They have come here and they have conquered supremely well.
Toronto Wolfpack versus University of Gloucestershire, all gold.
That's a try. Wonderful play.
Live tonight on Premier Sports.
We have a good one here tonight. The first of 2 games on Bundaberg Rum Super Saturday. Pepper Stadium. The home side Panthers are desperate. They lead at the break. 12 points to 4 going into the second half before we take you to Melbourne. See the Storm take on the Eels, an all top 8 clash. That one to follow this game. An enormous defensive effort from the Sea Eagles in that first 40 minutes to limit the Panthers to just 12 points. They held on for so long. The Panthers had just an incredible weight of possession. 58% they had for the half. Completed 18 of 22 sets. Had 38 tackles inside the red zone as well, to go with a penalty count of 8-2, which I'm sure was a topic of conversation in lounge rooms, hotels, pubs and clubs right around Australia. Trent Merrin comes out a pretty good first half, Corey.
Yeah, it was superb for the home team. And I spoke before the game about having leadership, and he certainly got that, and he needs to show that for the back half of the season. But as you see there, 12 hit-ups, over 115 metres made. His halves to play off. Played the whole 40.
In this game tonight, the first of 6 of 9 here at home for the Panthers to round out the regular season. It's an incredible run they have. They're good enough. Perhaps they can get something going and make a surge as they did in 2016. But despite this lead, they'll need to be good, perhaps better than they were with the ball in that first half. If Manly get a few penalties of their own, and they have the help of the breeze. Sou'wester going over their left shoulder as they look at things in this second half as well. Here is Merrin. We just highlighted, bringing it back beyond the 40 as rain goes flat for Latu. Off there, and a good tackle by Sean Lane. Come back to the middle. Cleary with the kick. It'll hang there in the breeze. It won't go very far forward at all. Played out by Rain. He missed it. Moylan gives it to Peachy. Puts a second kick in. They're onside out here on this right-hand side. Wonga Blake is there to make the tackle on Matthew Wright. Pretty sure that wasn't the kick that Nathan Cleary was looking for at the back end of the set. And working with our very own Greg Alexander, of course, in recent times. Both Nathan Cleary, Matt Moylan as well in their kicking games at Pepper Stadium. Now Sean Lane to play it inside the 40. Too much too early on here, Manly. Just need to get themselves into the contest and get a bit of field position. They can force the issue and perhaps get a penalty or two from the Panthers. Coming there for Fanua-Blake as he played the ball, then the kick down the short side. Edwards was going to play at it, decided not to, and lets it go into touch. There's a bit of chat there between Trent Merrin. I was watching that play, the ball between Merrin and Fanua-Blake, and a bit of high contact. And Merrin was giving Fanua-Blake, and they're still talking about it.
I think both boys probably would have been at the Dragons, adding a young up-and-comer, and Trent one of the more experienced hands. We just saw Daly Cherry Evans was kick for touch. I'm expecting Cherry Evans to be the dominant kicker, even more so than normal in this second half. Blake Green copped a cork on his kicking thigh, or kicking quad, late in the opening half. Very tender at the moment. They've not stopped him. They've strapped him up, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep it moving so the blood doesn't settle. He's in a deal of discomfort, the man in number 6.
There he is, making the tackle. You can see that strapping you speak of, Andy, on the right thigh there of Blake Green. Edwards, more and more comfortable in his role, helping at fullback with Moylan shifting into the front line in the last month. Certainly inconvenienced Blake Green, there's no doubt about that. A bit proppy there in the defensive line. The Panthers try and bring it back to the halfway line themselves. Brown playing it, Moylan is here for Howard and Naira, but down the short side. There wasn't much happening. Fanua-Blake helping out Brian Kelly. The pass to Cleary was awful. He did well in the end not to knock it on and then get a kick away. Trbojevic hasn't really had a chance to show what he can do here tonight, given how little ball they had in that final 25 minutes of the first half. Uata, now right, wingers going back to back. Quite a shot on Josh Mansour defensively in that first half. And they get a penalty. There's one.
And it's just a simple set from Manly. No concern, no worry about the offload. Just get in behind the ruck. Akuli Uate coming in off his wing. Wright doing likewise, and they get a penalty. And basically only the second set piece inside Penrith's half since this match has started.
Sean Lane with the carry. Rare chance for Manly after they were able to close the score within 2. Dylan Walker scored off a beautiful pass by Cherry Evans back in the 11th minute, but that was pretty much it. The chances for the Sea Eagles. Coruscant goes wide to Green at the back. Cherry Evans gives it off to Lane, fends away from Moylan. Here's Turbo Tom Trbojevic. He scores. Nice hands, Cherry Evans and Sean Lane showing what he can do.
And they are such a good attacking team when they get it right, the Manly Sea Eagles. Winterstein got a quick play of the ball. Green goes to the line. Look at the little skip from Cherry Evans. Beautiful pass from Lane. Trbojevic, there is no way you are going to stop him from there. And as all great fullbacks do, he's there as an option to play out the back, but when he realised Lane goes through, a little skip from Cherry Evans gets Moylan interested, gives it to Lane. Look at this for a pass. Holds Moylan at bay, gets Peachy interested. Great hands from Trbojevic, and through he goes. And what a hit back from Manly. Beautiful play.
Well, Sean Lane, he had something similar in that first half and got it wrong. He got it right there, Gaz. It was a footwork from that man that was been spoken about so often over the last week, Daly Cherry Evans, to get Peachy interested in him.
Napasai Coruscant will have a crack at the kicking now. Dylan Walker, Matthew Wright, Daly Cherry Evans himself was practicing his goal kicking before the game here tonight. So it's going to be Coruscant who gets a chance here. It's interesting in itself after Walker took the initial attempt.
We heard from Andy Raymond in the first half, going back to last week from their start, the Manly Sea Eagles, about needing some communication and just to settle down. The opening 6 minutes of this game suggest maybe a similar conversation was had as he hits the post again.
Two different kickers and the same result for both Walker and Coruscant. But he's 194 centimetres, Tom Trbojevic, or thereabouts. Huge young athlete, and from close range there was Sean Lane, who's an inch or two taller than him, if you can believe that. And it's a handful for that left edge of the Panthers' defensive line. And the first try came off the back of dropout sets. Penrith couldn't defend and absorb that pressure. And then first chance, Manly get a penalty in the second half. And the Panthers have cracked again. Parrott, the ball over the top. Coruscant down the middle, stopped there by Merrin and Latu. On two plays, they're on the front foot and have it here almost back at the halfway line. Lawrence, a crazy ball out the back. Not the first one we've seen the forwards throw tonight. Don't know who was intending that one to go to, and luckily for them, it worked out okay. Lane will play it. Here's the same player, Brendan Lawrence, keen for a carry. Doing well there, forces a legs tackle from Tim Brown.
Good on the right.
Cherry Evans with one more up his sleeve, goes early, rolls it into the in-goal area. Mansell taken dead. It'll be another 6 tackles coming up for Manly.
Great play, Daly Cherry Evans. There's no need for the offload at this stage from the Manly pack. They're making too many metres. On top of that, their wingers coming in. Quick play the ball. Cherry Evans on the 4th tackle. Look at that for beautiful touch. Sits it on a 10-cent piece. It pulls up in the in-goal. But his wingmen respond. Walker, Uate. Look at the kick chase. What a start to this second half from Manly.
Yeah, Mansour thought about throwing that ball. Pulled it back in.
The kick, a bit of a wobbly one. Works out okay for the Panthers. They have to wait an age for it to be cleaned up there by Matthew Wright. Coruscant from dummy half. Off the back, as we mentioned, in the first half of a goal line dropout. In fact, 2 consecutively forced by Cherry Evans and Green. That was tremendous play. That kicked away down so beautifully. Here's Lane again. Short ball from Green this time. Pressure on Isaiah Yeo. Now Coruscant for Parrott. They're coming at them with a directness that was lacking in Penrith's play in the first half. Green showing it. An injury that caught to the right thigh. He decides to take them on himself. One more play here. Coruscant goes to Cherry Evans. A kick. Uwate was able to pick it up on the gallop. And it was good work by Mansour to wrap him up.
Well, that's fantastic play by both teams there. It was a nice little passage that opened up for Cherry Evans. Put the kick through. It was a superb pickup from Uwate. Freakish.
Anthony Griffin obviously of the belief that Penrith needs some fresh legs. As a result, Sione Katoa in 14, Sidaleki Akawola in 17, seeing their first football of the evening right now.
A nice save by Mansour on the previous play. Oh, Uwate picks up Peachy now. Takes him to ground heavily. Strong defence from the Fiji on that right wing. There he is again. Doubling up on his work. Mansour was crushed. His first carry in this set as well. The second time in the game. He got up a lot the worse for wear. Cleary from inside the 40. Trying to hook it back across his body. Trbojevic just kills it stone dead. And begins at his own 20. They'll play it here as Manly close the gap. It was 8 to just 4.
And they've really upped the tempo now, Manly. They're challenging Penrith to go with them. They found themselves behind last week, conceded 2 tries against the Warriors straight away in the first 10 minutes. And now they're saying to Penrith, we're going to up the tempo. Can you go with us?
Here's Green holding it up for Cherry Evans. Deep into the line now to Vojovic to the outside. Uwate cutting away from the sideline. Takes it inside the 30. They're playing here for Walker. Goes to Cherry Evans. Green. That's Parrott. Spinning in the tackle there of Latu. Just outside the 20. One more play. Cherry Evans. That's one out. Walker trying to get it back on the inside for Trbojevic. Picked up here by Peachy. Mansour running shotgun with him. There's a whistle. Back down the field. Peachy puts the finger in the air, but it's all to no avail because 80 metres away, they called a halt to the play.
They called time off.
There's nothing worse than when you want to run 100 and it's to no avail.
And Api Coruscant on the walk back there. Just let Peachy know that you've done that for nothing. Little smirk on his face.
Let him come back.
It takes you 5 minutes to get your breath back, and now he's got to turn around and defend his line. You just see the contact in the arm of Peachy. He read it pretty well because it was on. Trbojevic was back into space on the inside of Dylan Walker. Great effort from Brian Kelly. Counted for nothing, but still the effort and commitment was there.
You can see it was a good call, no doubt about the contact. As Peachy, the ball bounced off his right arm, collected it himself.
And just the way they're set up, I've seen this set piece before from him. I wouldn't be surprised if they get Winterstein out here on the left edge. Second play, and then they play back to the right and have a good crack at Matty Moylan on that left edge for the Panthers.
You mentioned about taking 5 minutes to get back in, Gaz. He's literally dawdled up the field there, Peachy.
Stay here, I'll tell you when to put in. Stay here, Nate. Heads in.
He's right now to pack into the scrum. We'll see if that crystal ball of the great Gaz is working tonight. All here for Trbojevic. Uwate ran a decoy and collided with one of the Panthers defenders. That's the pound. Winterstein, who takes it inside the 20. They're fairly flat back on that right-hand side. Not much shape about them up there at the moment. Green comes back on the inside as a result, and Lawrence tries to bump it in, but they've got no momentum there in this set. 3 plays gone to Powell. To take it forward, so there's a bit of depth about them. Quick play the ball, that'll help. Coruscant out of dummy half, ducks away from Brown. Beat the tackle there of Harawira. Naira He was almost able to reach out. One more play. Sloppy play the ball. Play on is the call. Green puts a kick in. Had to double pump it. Uwate was there. It came backwards. Picked up by Walker. They're allowing play to continue on. That looked like a knock-on from Manly.
Jared.
What about the dummy half pass from Marty Tapau?
That's right, mate. Just confirm the contest there for a knock-on.
It was an absolute bullet to get to Green. Green comes up with a great kick.
We can see Dylan Walker is in front of the kicker.
Yep. It's going to be a no try here. Both teams get a little rest. Walker picks up
and becomes involved.
We'll take your pick. There'll be a number of reasons why this won't be a try, although we thought that in the first half, didn't we? We came up with the wrong results. This time, yeah, it's a no try. And the Panthers will hang on. Took a while for that set to get going for the Sea Eagles. And you see Walker running. He was almost on the try line when the kick came in. And he was within 10.
It was great pressure there. Great kick pressure from Latu. It just made Green check his run. And in turn had Walker offside.
It was great line speed from Penrith that basically ruined Manly's set.
A couple of sets. Close range for Manly. Held out by the Panthers as Katoa gets out of dummy half. Played last week, losing effort against the Rabbitohs. Here's Akuwola. For restart, his carries are something to watch. Well handled here, though, by Perrotts and also Tapau as Moylan looks for Peachy on the left-hand side. He steps past Marty Tapau, runs towards Coruscant, who doesn't miss too many. He makes 36 tackles a game, in fact. It's Cleary on the gallop. Too big. Not the end of the set they were looking for, and it gives Manly 7 important tackles.
Hold on, Dally.
Yeah, really disappointing there from Cleary. They were building nicely, had a couple of nice runs leading up to that.
Here is Uwate as Manly try and keep their perfect road record intact with a win here again tonight. They're 6-0 on the road. Of course, that includes the home game they had at Suncorp Stadium early this year up there in the doubleheader against the Broncos back in round 10. The official road games, they are 6-0. Remarkable record, giving their home record this year of 4-5 at Brookvale. And we've got 3 more home games after this. And the final 8 games, the first of them is next week against the West Tigers, who they play twice in their final 8 games. Here's Coruscant going to Cherry Evans. Chance again on his right-hand side. Walker step back on the inside there of Peachy. And they play it just outside the 20. Cherry Evans rolls it towards the post over the head of Cleary. Coming in, Denise Lesniak is able to clean it up. He gets going. He gets going. He's still running. Goes towards Cherry Evans, and Lawrence, the fastest forward in the world, couldn't get to him. He tracks him down eventually. A 70-metre run by Dallin for Denise Lesniak. How good is he to watch at full flight? Now Latu will play it for Katoa. Tried to milk a penalty. We saw exactly the same play allowed to be played on last night. And Henry Perenara here instead will say it's a penalty.
Yeah, it had to be a penalty there. Outstanding run. Inspirational run from the winger.
It's a real hard
with Tenny Zelezniak.
It is a real hard one, mate.
I don't understand how these are penalties, because they say roll away from the ruck, roll away to the side. And if a person's going to pass the football straight into him, then we're just going to continually see it time after time. I mean, if he rolls away 1.5 metres and he passes it into him, is it still a penalty?
And if you were watching Fox League last night, you saw exactly the same play with Robbie Farah trying to milk one on the last tackle of a set, and it was ruled to be play on. Here tonight, Tom Trbojevic on the ground, rolls away from the play. Katoa obviously trying to milk a penalty, and he got one. Exactly the same situation, 2 different results.
Yeah, it is a tough one, Gaz, and you make a real valid point there. But as Trbojevic did roll away, he did prop up. Maybe if he just laid flat on the ground, that might have saved him, but...
It's either one or the other, whichever way you want to go, but it can't be one thing one night and then something else the next. From right in front, Nathan Cleary puts them back in front by a converted try at 14 points to 8, Andy.
And was there earlier I told you about the Sione Katoa, Sitaleki Akawola double interchange. Obviously Anthony Griffin's still not convinced that his side has got the impact and the oomph that he needs. He's made another double interchange. Tamo and Campbell Gillard are back on. That's 6 interchanges in 57 minutes. Just the 2 remaining. Penrith looking to get on top and soon.
Yeah, a double interchange as you mentioned there, Andy, but 2 of his bookends and a real critical part of the game going into the last.
Here's Latu working it up. We stop there down young. They bring it back. 14 tips to play for tonight for this win here tonight. He puts it high in the air. Cleary, he finds, but you make the try.
Okay, Jared. Try. We've got a first knock on from Matt Wright. Just need to make sure Penrith pick the ball up cleanly.
The Penrith right side chases are cleared as being onside.
It was all clean there to this point as far as the knock on by Wright. No touch by Wonga Blake coming through.
We've got a knock-on off Manly in the contest, playing on to this point.
We'll come off the right hand there. Harawira Naira into the leg of Matthew Wright. Touch there and touch there. Prepared to say knock on.
So am I until I saw Zelezniak's
After
try.
the initial contest, which is knocked forward by Manly, the Penrith player going to take possession has knocked the ball forward into the Manly defender. Therefore, we have a double knock on.
And this is the exact...
We have a decision, go to the board.
Contradiction I was talking about when Zelezniak scored. He's grabbed the football from in front of his own player and put the football down, whereas that is the slightest little touch into a leg and called a knock on.
So, in a way,
James,
a similar situation for the Panthers. One call one way, one the other going against them right here. We believe the first one was incorrect. That one, they got that one right back there in the bunker.
Great pass from Cleary.
And it's a big call, of course. In a low-scoring game. Just gone 21 and a bit minutes remaining. Would have made it a 12-point lead to the home side, who are desperate for a win, with only 6 wins to this point of the season. And we get the ball back here from the knock-on in the first case from Matthew Wright. And Nice will get 4, if not 6. Here's Yeo taking some stopping. Seagulls have been so good on their own line in this game. They were tested there. Yo, plants on the ground. It comes back to Cleary. Now, Latu. And away from Perrott. Slow play the ball for him. Now Tamo runs towards Coruscant and also Lane. They've used up 3. Taking close range was halting, stop-start. It was staccato at times in the first half. Didn't really get much going. Quick play the ball from Harawira-Naera will help. Now Cleary, Moylan showing it again. It seems they were on the same page on that left-hand side of the field. Tamo has to take a tackle. He's burned one right there as Moylan gets himself ready back behind the play. Cleary at first receiver. A switch. It goes left to Moylan. A kick. Edwards chasing through. Trbojevic bringing it back. With the body that he has, he's able to crash his way back into the field of play.
It was a smart play. They'd sent Tom Trbojevic the wrong way. Matty Moylan just had to kick it a little bit further to his left, and Trbojevic couldn't have got there.
He came back against the grain. Trbojevic was able to read it and recover. Watch it again. Coming from the posts, was able to bring it back and maintain possession for Manly. Kelly finding some space in behind the play. The ball, Katoa with a bump on Kelly. Touches at his left knee as well. They do have cover in the outside backs tonight, no question about it, with Cullen and also Parker. A collision there, knee on knee with Leilani Latu.
And boys, while we do have a break in play, I can report James Fisher-Harris returned to footy in the Intrust Super Premiership in the curtain raiser to this NRL game. 2 stints on the field, played decent minutes. I'd suggest probably 52 to 57 minutes. Hamstrings not an issue, a really good sign for the Panthers.
We'll wait and see how soon he can force his way back into the 17. There might be a problem here. Saw the weight of Latu, if anything, coming down on the outside of the leg there of Brian Kelly. A medial strain as they hold in the business. Is Cherry Evans' kick. Not a great strike. Bounces down to taken there by Edwards. Wrapped up by Lane and also Perrott. Go inside the final 20 minutes here tonight. Don't forget, up next, it's the Storm against the Eels. Melbourne with so many players missing. And duty for Origin 3 next week up there at Suncorp Stadium. See how they fare against Parramatta, who are in 8th place, 1 spot ahead of the Panthers. Oh, and Peachy. Catherine Wheel there spinning in the tackle. Play on was the call as Latu takes it across the halfway line. It comes to Cleary. Moylan. Harawira-Naera, nice move off the left foot. Grabbed like a potty calf there by Marty Tapau, who threw himself off the horse and dragged him to the ground. And now it'll be a penalty.
Marty.
Nice and easy.
If you're happy with the initial contact, it was Harawira-Naera who resented the tackle and inflamed that situation.
But it was just silly from Tapau. He stayed in the tackle way too long. The referees let that go. There's no need for Marty to hold on there.
Yeah, he showed his strength there and rolled him over. As you mentioned, Gaz, no need to do that. We heard several times in that first half from referee Perenara that the warnings did still stand. They're running into the breeze in this second half, the Panthers. They had an option there from range, admittedly, to try and take the 2 to make this an 8-point lead. Instead, they find the line, and Tamo it is who has it just outside the Sea Eagles 10. Moylan, Latu, good tackle by Coruscant. Terrific job, right around the legs to cut down the big forward. Cleary at the line for Moylan, flips it up for Edwards. The straightness and the space that they hold in this line, Manly, so impressive here tonight. Edwards playing it. Here is Katoa. Takes them on from dummy half. Doesn't quite have the speed in that position to threaten them there. Now Moylan for Latu. He certainly can force his way through the line. Grabbed there by Tapau. Last tackle. Goes to Cleary at the line. Rubbers somehow got it through into the in-goal area. Cherry Evans cleans it up. They forced another goal line dropout. Well, it's a good end of the set there for the Penrith Panthers, but I'd really like him to break it down at the post, Gaz, instead of going scrum line to scrum line. Just ask a few more questions of the middle forwards there for the Manly Sea Eagles. For mine, I think they're just going a little bit too wide. It's a little bit too predictable for the defence to read.
And it's very sideways if they are going to play sideways, and so they should sometimes, because Matty Moylan's got an amazing ability to skip out. But his outside men have to react and know when to drop under him or know when to hit short.
Campbell Gillard bringing it back to Perrott. There was no brake pedal there. He had the gas flat to the floor. Perrott didn't shirk his job either. Two big runs in this second half from Regan Campbell Gillard. Latu works it down towards the 10. Surely at some stage they have to crack them. The possession rate has been incredible for the Panthers. Campbell Gillard now wrapping around the back on the left-hand side. He's only 5 metres out. 2 more plays in this set. Cleary taking them on. Again at the back end. Seems to be a lack of ideas. Now Katoa giving it to Latu. Coming in underneath. Winterstein got his body under the ball and saved a try.
Hold on. Change over.
Perrott and Tapau were there, but Winterstein just threw himself under the football.
And that's where they've got to go. They need to play nice and straight and have their 2 forwards. You saw it last night with Friend playing nice and short to Guerra. Look at this, Campbell Gillard. He's been their best forward for the Penrith Panthers, Campbell Gillard. Latu almost gets there, but even if they play out the back there, it drags a lot of defenders in and creates space for the people on the edge.
53 tackles inside the opposition 20. Rarefied air, the Panthers, as far as the amount of chances they've had in this game. They still can't put the Sea Eagles away.
And take a bow, Manly, for their defence. That's a big effort, was.
Just remarkable as Green go wide here, trying to put a shift on to get themselves out of their own end. Cherry Evans grabbed, plays it to Walker. And now Sean Lane it is, who on the last play puts the kick in. It wasn't a terrific one. He found Edwards on the full at his own 30. And they've done well to limit him to just 10 metres here. Brad Parker is out there now for the Sea Eagles. Lussick was out of the line quickly looking for a shot there. He was too quickly off the mark.
Yeah, he's not happy about that, Darcy Lussick. In that last set of 6, he got a little bit of attention. As we see another penalty given away for Backchat. Just took off too early there, too eager.
He's been training under Luke Lewis, 100-metre sprint starts.
He got a little bit of attention in that last set that he wasn't real happy about. He was trying to square the ledger there, but just took off too early.
Boys, 30-plus more tackles Manly has been forced to make than Penrith, and just over the last couple of sets, the first real signs of fatigue for the Manly middlemen. Api Coruscant already up to 39 tackles, but what about some of these numbers for the big units? Brenton Lawrence, 27 tackles. Frank Winterstein, 26. Sean Lane, 32. Lloyd Perrott, 32. Big men, big numbers. Eventually it's got to take its toll.
Well, this penalty count has to take its toll as well. 12-3.
That's a big wrap for the Manly Sea Eagles defence. They've had all the ball down here. Now the Penrith Panthers opt to take the 2.
The breeze at the moment more across the field than into the face of Nathan Cleary. What a kicker he is. Kicking at 93% for the season now. And he makes it an 8-point buffer. 16-8 with just on 13 minutes remaining.
And you mentioned the penalty count. 12-3 to the Penrith Panthers, and Manly haven't helped themselves at all. They're still 19 from 26 in regards to completion.
Here's Campbell Gillard again, bringing it back. With quite the same intensity there as he put it out to Parker and also Winterstein. Now Tamo's had a big break on the bench. Have to wait all the way until the 13-minute remaining mark to get back out there for the Panthers. He'll be fresh and he might take some stopping. Here he is again. little hesitant on the carry there. Whether it was poor timing with Katoa or not, never really built up a head of steam as Merrin does. Brings it back to the halfway line. One more play here as Katoa finds kick it. Swinging across the field with the help of the breeze. Iwate on the gallop. Links up here with Matthew Wright. Tries to get away from Watene Zelezniak. There was a chance for something. He'd beaten his opponent there, but it was a good tackle by DWZ. Parker grabbed quickly here by Campbell Gillard. 3 tackles gone now as Walker lost it. He might have been unlucky there, Katoa.
It's on that 1-2.
There was 2 in the tackle, but maybe only just at the very death. They need to play an up-tempo game, and Cherry Evans does exactly that. He finds the line. They're staring down the barrel now of their first road loss of the season, the Sea Eagles. DePau brings it up towards the halfway line. He'll play it for Cameron Cullen. It's a chance at dummy half at the back end of the game. His speed can be a factor. Tries to find a tired Panthers forward, but they've had so much possession, Penrith, they should be much fresher than the Sea Eagles. Trbojevic showing it. Grabbed there by Nathan Cleary, who sticks with him. Acrobatically went to the ground there. Must have been a knock from one of the Panthers, perhaps, as Perrott works it down the middle of the field. He'll play it here just outside the 20. 2 plays left. Cullen goes to Green, back on the inside to Powell. He finds Lussick. Big fend. He stuck out that left mitt. Dispensed with one of the Panthers' tacklers. It was Campbell Gillard. Left him in his wake, and he just about got to the line. One more here. Cullen comes deep for Green. He'll roll it in. Parker chasing through. Edwards was there. So was Watene Zelezniak. Almost a mix-up, but they did the job.
We all good?
Smart play, Blake Green. They had numbers to the left then, Manly, but he didn't overplay his hand, didn't panic. Dropped it on the right boot, gets a repeat set of 6. And they can regroup. No Coruscant, no Kelly. They've left the field, so big roles for Parker and Cameron Cullen.
It's Edwards. Supplies the goal line dropout. It goes down to Tom Trbojevic. Good tackle by Nathan Cleary in that prior set. Tom Trbojevic from getting away to Powell. From his feet, plays it. Cullen with that speed. Got away there from Campbell Gillard. He's the smallest player in height on the field, but boy, he can go. Now Lawrence, who works it towards the uprights, just outside the 10. 3 left in this set. Green, first man play for Winterstein. They were sweating on him. With his power, though, almost dragged plenty of them into the in-goal area. Cullen from dummy half. Goes back to Green. Cherry Evans floating out the back. The ball bounces up for Walker. Goes to the outside of Peachy. He's having that sort of season. He can back himself and beat everybody to the corner. One more. Cherry Evans hooks it back across the field. It's going to be too big, is it? Yes. Penrith hang on.
And a huge play in the context of the game by Katoa to get up in the face of Daly Cherry Evans.
You got one there.
And just put enough pressure on him to make the ball go dead.
Yeah.
And relieve his team of another set of 6. Big play.
Cherry Evans watching on, realising the kick was too big. Running repairs there for Tom Trbojevic. To the side of the head and the lead up to that kick by DCE. Now Cullen getting tangled up here with Mansour. The referees loathe to blow yet another penalty to the Panthers, given the penalty count as it is at 12-4. Players getting tangled up here. Lawrence was one of them being dragged out by a Panther. And Blake coming in field. Well, he was tackled surely. And the referee agrees. Katoa finds Merrin. Gets back in behind the play, the ball. Wants to play it quickly. Manages to do so. Here's Cleary. He's rolling one towards the corner. Trbojevic picks it up in the one hand, tries to bring it back and then stay in the field of play. He didn't manage to do so. Diving in, it was the effort of Mansour that took him touch in goal.
Yeah, excellent kick. Excellent kick from Cleary. He's had his differences with his kicking game this year, but that was a very, very important kick. Backed up by the chase. Trbojevic does a great job, slides out and just momentum along with... They've gone the short dropout,
and they've got it back. Huge play by the Sea Eagles. Down 8 points, just on 6 minutes remaining. They had to take a chance, and they got the result as Parker will play it. Cullen puts a powder off their line very quickly there. Campbell Gillard had his radar set on Marty Tapau and got to him quickly. Trbojevic in there at dummy half. Green gives it back to Lawrence, bouncing out of tackles. Still going, Brenton Lawrence. What an effort from the front rower. Just outside the 30. We'll play it here for Cullen. Flat ball for Green. Cherry Evans fend on Moylan. Is able to stay with him this time. He's being tested defensively. A good tackle there. Now Walker chips it over the top. Chasing through. Uwate can't get there. Edwards takes it on the full.
Yeah, well, that was a little brain explosion down that right edge. They caught us all off guard with the short dropout.
It was a great kick. Look at that smart play. Wonga Blake. Coach Griffin wouldn't be happy with that at all.
Big space in the middle of the field for Cherry Evans to surprise them. He's been very good again tonight. Crazy offload though, he'll get away with it. Took a real chance there in a game. They lead him by 8 points and he does that.
Yeah. Who'd want to be a coach?
Needing 2 points. Any which way they can get them tonight. They're on track at the moment with 4.5 left. Manly have to score twice and Moylan slowing things down. Merrin probably do likewise here. Another offload out the back. Edwards. They're taking chances perhaps, but they don't need to. Edwards will play it 5 metres out. Katoa waits at dummy half. Comes across to Cleary. And then a ball for Harawira and Naira, which might have been forward out of the hands anyway. Manly end up with it. They've hung on yet again. And they're still not done with yet. 4 minutes left. They're 90 metres away from where they need to be. Right. Slow play the ball here. Finds his bearings. Now Parker. And they're pretty... Finds Tapau. Looking across from Marker. Tamo got to him. Cherry Evans goes wide very quickly here. Right there was Sean Lane by Peachy. And also Katoa. Come back to the middle. Lloyd Perrotts. Lose bets. He was thinking offload as he took it into the contact and he lost it as a result.
And it almost looked a little bit preempted. Blake Green just sat back almost ready for the offload. And that's what happens a lot of the times when it is a little preempted. The others sense that it's got. That's the best thing about an offload. They've been energetic though for the full 80 minutes, the Penrith Panthers, and I can't remember the last time they had this season. Even in the victories they achieved this year, they haven't been convincing.
Here is Blake. An 8-point lead. The field goal isn't of much use to the Panthers. It will only give the Sea Eagles a chance to getting field position. They must be working for either a repeat set or a try to put this one to bed. Ateni's Lesniak playing. Goes across to Merrin. It's a power grab there by Lane and also Cullen. And they seal it here. There's a stink back behind the play. 4 or 5 players involved and then Cleary Cleary pushing up in support, had a chance to end it. He couldn't hang on to it.
Well, the Penrith Panthers had the run of the ball there. They had about 4 or 5 Manly players involved in a melee. They failed to capitalise on this right edge. There was no one for Manly on this right, on their left edge. Penrith's right.
Great tackle from Parker. He comes in, he senses half of his teammates were back there in push and shove, and he comes in and saves the day. It's Lawrence onto Lesniak. Oh, it's a little rib jab.
Is that a week?
Wind in.
A little rib tickler.
The big boys got into it, then 2 wingers stood there grabbing each other. No idea what to do.
As the Panthers will get 6 more plays here. There was a touch by Manly in the lead up to that pass to Cleary. That's how it was ruled by the referees. Mansour. So we go inside the final 60 seconds. They've done enough tonight to record win number 7. Cleary taking them on. And as we said, they have 5 more games in their last 8 here at home. Sean Lane, an intercept. He can run for a big outside forward. Gives it to Trbojevic. They keep getting bigger. He'll play it 35 metres out. Time has beaten the Sea Eagles as Cherry Evans from dummy half comes wide. Winterstein, Parker on his outside. Right was also there. He takes it inside the 20. Green runs to dummy half. Can they score 1 more? Because you don't know how for and against might pan out at the end of the season in deciding spots inside the 8. Walker kicks. It came off Mansour. Not played at. And the Panthers. But they'll take an ugly win here tonight. 16 points to wait at full time. Their record 7-9 outside the top 8. But they remain in 9th position and they keep their season alive. They did all they could do tonight, the Sea Eagles. And their defence was magnificent. They just couldn't find the play. They needed in the second half to close that gap. A bloody Tom Trbojevic. He was very good at the back. But it's Penrith's night here at home. An 8-point win against the Sea Eagles.
The Panthers, they kept up the pressure. They kept stretching the Sea Eagles' effort in defence. They kept control of the game. In the space of just 6 dominant, Greg Alexander, Luke Lewis and Brett Finch. That was a terrific game of football.
That's a terrific word, discombobulated. I can't even spell that, let alone have a meaning.
They fell apart.
They fell apart 6 days ago.
Dire Straits.
They were, and look at them tonight. What's behind this turnaround, Brandy?
Look, I think just perseverance, Bonnie. Manly were fantastic. Their defence, that was certainly one of the highlights of the games. Manly's defence, they came out and scored a try just after half-time, Manly, and they'd only had a couple of cracks down Penrith's end. So there was real pressure on the Panthers to answer back. There was a couple of turning points, which we might have a look at if we've got time. But I thought Penrith, with Cleary and Moylan just chipping away, getting the ball in the in goal, and just applying pressure, they were able to come up with enough points. There wasn't too many points in the game because both sides defended well, but Penrith were just able to grab enough on the back of the possession that they had, and the amount of tackles that they spent inside Manly's 20. An enormous amount. Was it over 50?
Yes,
over 50 tackles.
6 tackles there at one stage.
Yeah.
It was a very lopsided game if you break it down in terms of stats. But to watch it, you kind of thought that Manly just may get a chance and run away with it.
Yeah, it was very no real rhythm to the game, especially for Manly. But I thought the way they defended, as disappointing as it will be, they defended all the first half. Early in the second half, 5 minutes into the second half, Trbojevic lobs up on the outside of lane and he gets a superb offload. And Turbo Tommy, watch the way he just looms up on the outside of lane here, beautiful offload. And you thought at this stage, if they got their fair share of the ball, Manly were right back in.
I thought the momentum was all with Manly early in that second half. And then obviously Lesniak, if you say pronounce it right, that carry, that 70-metre carry got him out of trouble. And then from there, I think it all sort of flipped back into Penrith's momentum. And that's what got them home in the end.
Well, a man who had plenty to do with the momentum is their captain, Matt Moylan. Let's head back out to Pepper Stadium. Matt, congratulations, 16 points to 8. Now, last week you came out and personally apologised for that horrible effort against Souths. You're a much stronger performance tonight. What will your reaction be?
Yeah, I think it was a disappointing game for us as a club, and we knew that, and we had a big week at training. We wanted to address that and come out and put in a good performance tonight, and I think we probably defended well, but I think we've got a lot of work to do with the ball still.
Yeah, Matty, what is that work you need to do with the ball? If you're to go on a run and make the finals, you're still 2 points out of the 8. What needs to be better?
I think we're still a bit clunky when we're attacking their line. We had a fair bit of ball down inside their 20, but we probably didn't capitalise on a lot of it. I think we got a few repeat sets, but our execution on a few of them wasn't up to the standard that we want, and we probably forced a few too many passes down there, which relieved a bit of pressure.
Matty, it's Finchy, mate. Congratulations on the win. You spoke about it there, the repeat sets. I thought yourself and Nathan Cleary, your short kicking game today was first class.
Yeah, we've been doing a bit of work with Brandy there.
Yeah,
so
the old super coach. That's what he was saying. He was wrapping himself up here.
I told him to ask that.
Yeah, walked him into that one, yeah, it's something that we've been focusing on. We're trying to link up as much as we can, and I think obviously building pressure, you're able to score. Still got a bit of work to do there with turning those repeat sets into points, but it's a step in the right direction tonight.
Yeah, Matty, congratulations, mate. Luke Lewis here, buddy.
Thanks, Luke.
Mate, just a quick one. What was your focus coming into tonight's game, mate? It's an important win for you.
To stay in touch with the 8, and we knew we had to be better defensively after last week, and I think we conceded a fair few tries on last play, so we had to be a bit better there on last play and probably contest a lot more kicks, and I think our outside back's done a good job there and diffusing their kicking game. Trez has been really good this year with executing his kicks, and I think they've done a good job for us tonight.
Stadium up next, and all the best. It was great to watch tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, for the Panthers, that 16-8 point win now makes the equation towards September a little easier. Now they only have to sort of aim for about 5 wins from their last 8 games, which is definitely doable, Brandy.
It is, because I'm pretty sure 5 out of the last 7 they're at the...
They only have to sort of aim for about 5 wins from their last 8 games, which is definitely doable, Brandy.
It is, because I'm pretty sure 5 out of the last 7
they only have to sort of aim for about 5 wins from their last 8 games, which is definitely doable, Brandy.
It is, because I'm pretty sure 5 out of the last 7 5 out of the last 7.
Panthers, that 16-8 point win now makes the equation towards September a little easier. Now they only have to
they're at the Warriors.
Panthers, that 16-8 point win now makes the equation towards September a little easier. Now they only have to sort of aim for about 5 wins from their last 8 games, which is definitely doable, Brandy.
It is, because I'm pretty sure 5 out and they're at the Warriors.
My best attribute is scoring goals and leading the team to win. I moved to the UK when I was 10 years old and I couldn't speak in English at all. I never played football before. It was only when the foundation came into the session with us in school. I scored 3 goals in that game, hat-trick, and I realised I was all right.
The games, but so many exciting players on the edges, and Radradra has had, well, he's had a solid season, a great 2016, and the Melbourne Storm, now it's their turn to head out.
And the giant banner tonight pays tribute to their fans, and it's a significant milestone this week, passing the 20,000 membership mark. Who would have thought? Well done to this great club, the Melbourne Storm, and to their fans, and again, those that have turned up here tonight, despite the fact some of the superstars are missing. But when we talk about winger potential, try-scoring potential, well, between Vunivalu and Addo-Carr, you've got 27 tries this year.
And Vunivalu is second, equal second with Rapana with 14 tries this season. Addo Carr, well, he's third or fourth, actually, with 13 tries. So much talent on their edges, and they'll need to be very, very good tonight without their full spine missing to State of Origin. They're an exciting team. They are the informed team of the competition. Big job ahead. Nate Miles, first game for the Melbourne Storm. And let me tell you, this team suits him down to a T.
It will be Vunivalu to get us underway.
Stay on side.
Let's have some fun at Amy Park. The competition leaders against the 8th placed Parramatta Eels. It's a big one on this Saturday night. And Manor takes the first charge back for the Eels. Melbourne 13-3 this year. Parramatta 9-7. And while they won here at their last visit a couple of seasons ago, before that, they have copped some serious floggings against Melbourne in the Victorian capital. This is Brown for Parramatta. What a star he was last week for the Eels. Shifting right side. Vave comes into the starting side tonight, a former Storm player among his former clubs. And now Kenny Edwards, the other big number, into the starting side that was listed on the interchange. Cameron King again in the number 9 shirt tonight for the Eels. Underneath it at the back, Jerome Hughes in the 4th game of his career. Here for Melbourne tonight. Had a fine fist of it a couple of weeks ago in Adelaide in his Storm debut. Vunivalu with the ball, just in advance of the 30. That Wingers showdown, though, it's so for real, because Vunivalu is directly opposed to Semi Radradra. And you've got Addo Carr directly opposed to Bevan French. It's exciting going into tonight. Griffin takes off for 10. Last tackle for the Storm. Miles found himself a dummy half. Brodie Croft with a kick towards Radradra. Semi is onto it. Score 1 to Semi. Straight past Vunivalu. Then bumps his way over the top of Brodie Croft. What a statement from Big Semi.
Radradra 1, Vunivalu 0 to start the game. A great take. And then he beats him with fantastic footwork and power to get his side on the front foot.
And the last thought on the winger battle is the aerial battle between them as well. From the high kicks, that could be one of the highlights. Moses, cut out ball, Jennings away, looking for French, doesn't find him, loses it. Error from Jennings. Oh, we were anticipating French being set off there.
Bittersweet there for the Eels. Great lead-up work, and it started with the Radradra take and run. Here it is, bang, the footwork. Vunivalu had all the momentum, he couldn't stop. Regather his thoughts and make the tackle on Radradra. What a run, powerful run. Off the back of it, Moses, beautiful pass to Jennings, looks to pass there. Should have controlled the football. Bittersweet end there. They created the opportunity, but they blew it in the end.
Bright and breezy though, Brait, from Parramatta. Both left and right. That's Semi Radradra running at Brodie Croft. Good luck, young man, is all you can say for young Brodie. Two, I think. Griffin and Chase Blair back from injury tonight. Short sleeves as well. Just inside their own half now for Harris. Working away. You talk about Origin players out. You've still got this band of New Zealand internationals across this Melbourne Storm lineup, and they are stars in their own right. Griffin taken down there by Edwards. Some of the crowd thought he may have been offside. That is one of the superstar Kiwis, Jesse Bromwich. Last tackle, Storm. Griffin back for Croft to bomb again towards Radradra. Here comes Vunivalu, doesn't get any sort of run at the ball. And now Semi's away again. Have a look at Semi Radradra. Running around you tonight. How good's he going?
Well, it's 2-0 now, and Brodie Croft has kicked to him 2 times in a row. He's handled it brilliantly. You'd think after that he might start to kick to the left-hand side.
Indeed. Brown with the ball for Parramatta. Exciting start from the Parramatta left winger. And Norman and Moses combine. Almost through the gap was Moses. Quick play the ball for King. He's off and running. Norman's got another touch. They look slick, Parramatta. 15 out from the line. Last tackle. King takes them short side. Moses does the save. Probably one for Bevan French.
This will be 5. We have a try. Can you confirm that it's grounded, please?
Only checking the grounding, Braith.
Well, we've had 3 superb touches from Mitchell Moses. A great finish yet again. You mentioned the wingers that are on show here this evening. And this is one of them, Bevan French, perfect finish. But it was the lead-up work.
Going to the board.
That's a pretty stock standard finish these days from our wingers. But I'll go back to Mitchell Moses. He's had 3 touches. The pass to Jennings, the show and go where he got halfway through, nearly got through the line of the Melbourne Storm, and that Moses magic, the pass onto Bevan French.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. 25th first grade game for Bevan French tonight. Braith has just scored his 25th try. A little problem with the board. Now it's locked in. So he's 25 tries in 25 games. You got Vunivalu over the other side with his 37 and 31. Addo Carr, he's close to a try a game, and Radradra's try-scoring rate's fantastic as well.
They are superstars of the game, these wingers, and entertainers. We just love to watch them week in and week out. They just produce, and it shows. 25 tries in 25 games. What a strike rate that is.
The sideline conversion. French is back in position, already back on the goal line. Gutherson has the goal-kicking duty for the Eels. He's done well, but with all things with Clint Gutherson, the young professional, he wants to get better. He's been their first choice goal kicker, and he finds himself with that job. So for 6-0 for Parramatta, and the kick is going to come down wide and short. 6 gone, 4-0 to the Parramatta Eels.
Good evening, gents. Just a stat for you. Parramatta have gone on to win 8 of 10 matches when they've scored the first try. So certainly good news for Parramatta fans watching at home. And in terms of the conditions, it's a fresh 7 degrees on the sideline at AAMI Park. A fairly still night as well, not a noticeable breeze. And the surface isn't as dewy as it normally is. Despite a bit of rain around Melbourne, we can expect a fast track tonight.
That is good news. Manor. Yes, they say 9 degrees, but feels like 7. I reckon that makes it 7. And Hannah's out there amongst it tonight in this wonderful stadium for rugby league.
Straight away for Leach. Hold square there.
Malday and Edwards have been good to start here tonight. Brown continues on from last week.
Together, Nate. Straight away.
Bar the one mistake from Jennings. This looks like a Parramatta side so switched on tonight. Barbe with it. Back up to the 40. King sends them left for Norman to kick from inside the 40. Bounce into the arms of Jerome Hughes. And back he comes. So he plays at his 4th different city. State and territory as well tonight, from Darwin to Wollongong to Adelaide to Melbourne. Tim Mena's been split early here.
Time's off. Take him out the back for me. Rugby and Tim.
It's not a penalty that you want to give to the Melbourne Storm when you're in complete control of the game. Tim Mena, not intentional at all, but he knows he's disappointed because they've been so dominant to start the first 7 minutes of the match. You don't want to give any opportunity, any confidence, any belief to the Melbourne Storm and this young side that they have got on the field tonight.
And eyebrows carrying a bit of blood.
It's a fair eyebrow too.
That's what I'm saying. Tim Mena. And I don't know what happens to happen here. He's still being treated for the head wound, and they're bandaging the head. So and it's right in the firing line, if you like. So they allowed play to continue to kick for line, but most conveniently where Tim was being treated, which I think was fair enough on Parramatta's part. That was well out of the play. So there you go, Melbourne couldn't carry on. Kafusi with the ball. The set starts inside the Parramatta half. After the Eels scored the first try of the night. And across for Hughes on the bounce for Blair. Now Addo-Carr gets his chance, but French is on to him. I mean, everyone's moving to the edge of their seat the moment the ball comes anywhere near the wingers so far. Tohu Harris onto his back. Inside the 30 of Parramatta. This is Finucane. He's good value, isn't he, Dale Finucane? Played every game the last couple of seasons for the Storm. Now it's Jesse Bromwich. Quick exchange for Griffin. Caught by Manor. King there as well, and in front of Croft. He managed to regather enough to put a kick in. Oh, that is quite a recovery from Brodie Croft.
Beautiful kick from Croft. And he has had the first 3 kicks of this evening. They haven't gotten to Riley Jacks over that left-hand side. He had to get that one right. And again, it was off the back of that Tim Manor penalty. They've given an opportunity to the Melbourne Storm. Can they take it?
The replay showed quite clearly he's clearly in the process of losing the ball, and then in the same motion got the kick in, and it ends up with a line drop-out result. It's skill. He's fielding the ball, and back comes Nate Myers. 32 years of age here. On debut for Melbourne. Now Griffin to centre field for Finucane. Stop on him. Manor in the tackle. Now Riley Jacks. And a big don't argue from Jesse Bromwich on the top of Jennings. Offloaded to the Fox. Addo-Carr back in field. 10 away from the Parramatta line. Jacks to centre field. Griffin is busy. Finucane. Great tackle, Manor. But a big chance here for the Storm on tackle 4. Back left they go. Jacks with a little weaving run. Caught by Vave. Last tackle. Harris, they like this left side. The ball is there for Parramatta. And they've done well, the Eels.
Really good set in defence from the Parramatta Eels. Vave, good tackle there to save a possible try. Riley Jacks going through the line, but they've ticked the first box, Parramatta, because they would have been scared coming, well, fans and the coach would have been worried about them underestimating the Melbourne Storm. They certainly haven't done that.
So the Eels working the ball away from their own 20. 32nd meeting of these two clubs. Melbourne have won 19, Parramatta have won 12. Radradra away again! Past Tonomapia that time. Chase downfield. Have a look at Semi. Caught by Suliasi Vunivalu. 15 from the line. Vunivalu will be off to the bin. Semi is having a big one. And now Suliasi Vunivalu in the sin bin for 10.
Well, we didn't want to see Vunivalu go off this early on in the game, and what a contest it has been to start off. Semi Radradra has had 3 runs for 3 line breaks down this left-hand edge. He is on fire. He is unstoppable. Vunivalu gets him, holds on for too long. Parramatta on the attack.
Fantastic footy right there on this Super Saturday on Fox League. Parramatta close in on a second try possible. Brown caught. What pressure on the home team here. The men in purple, has that lost control? By Brown, he's allowed to play it.
Huge
There's
numbers.
Moses over the top. Gutherson, there's caught by the defence of Croft and Tonomapia. And in front of Norman, scheming, Moses, flat ball. Now Edwards back towards the posts. Intercepted by Harris. Boy, did they need that?
Well, that was horrible play from Edwards. I'm sorry, but that was the last thing Parramatta needed. Now back on the attack, Melbourne Storm. 13 players on 12, space everywhere, all over the Melbourne Storm. Shocking offload.
We were here just a few weeks ago when the Origin players were out for the Cowboys game. It turned out to be one of the games of the season. There's some early signs here tonight that this will be a contender. Miles with it back towards halfway. Now with Kafusi. Nice tackle from Melbourne. Hasn't this been a recovery set, this one? Croft will kick. He'll try and take it out of play. Knowing, I mean, that is the Cooper Cronk clone right there, bro.
You just can't help but think of Cooper Cronk when you see Croft. 3 runs, 128 metres, 3 tackle bucks, 3 line breaks, 13 minutes into the game, Semi Radradra. I don't think I've seen a player have a better start to a game in 2017. It's been astonishing. There's the second one. There's another one coming. Unbelievable.
It's the best start since Paul Osborne, the 94 Grand Final. Semi Radradra.
Look, we go back to Croft, and you mentioned it, Vossi. You can't help but watch the way that he plays, and it's not only the way he looks, but that kick. I mean, he hasn't played many games, but to put it over the sideline, knowing you've got 12 players, knowing you're under the pump, under pressure, and just to regather your thoughts, such a heads-up play.
Real game management from a 19-year-old, Brodie Croft, in his 4th career game. We have the pleasure of calling him here tonight. Edwards with it for Parramatta. 13 gone. Quite exhilarating, some of what we've seen. Jennings. Must feel embarrassing we haven't mentioned him when you talk about tries. 126 for the career, thank you. Don't worry about just the wingers. Now Norman. Parramatta offer again these slippery Eels tonight. 5 inside their half. King. Gutherson. Moiroa with it. There's there with Croft, the last tackle. Norman changed his kick there at the last moment. Tonomapia onto it. One man down the Melbourne Storm. That's why Tonomapia dropped back to the right wing with Vunivalu off.
Yeah, I don't like that kick from Norman when you've got an extra player on the field. Obviously, we know Vunivalu was off. You need more of an attacking play on the 5th tackle option when you're a player up in attack.
Chase Blair with it. He's been sidelined for the last 3 games with an ankle problem. Timely that he should return tonight. Jesse Bromwich, quick play the ball, short of halfway. Melbourne doing what they do best. Working their way out of their own half. Nice play. But they've got this part of their game sorted out tonight, and this time Jacks will take it out on the left side, knowing they're down to 12. Let's play the game at our pace as best we can.
Well, 12 first-grade games between the 2 halves, and they've come up with 2 of the most, experienced players you'll see of the season. We know that they're a man down at the moment. We've got Croft on one side of the field, putting it over the sideline. Now Riley Jacks gets his opportunity, and he responds accordingly. Smart play. It just knocks a minute or 2 off with the scrum, and then obviously with the player off the field.
Parramatta, you would think, would be itching to get the ball out Semi's way again. Well, the man is missing in the defence. So loose at the back from Parramatta that time. And now Moiroa with it. Winner here. This time they won. Parramatta was in 2015 at Amy. I mean, I'm not allowed to be biased. I want to see Semi get the ball this set. I want to see something work his way. You're the expert, Braith, but isn't that what you'd be doing after the way he started? That's where the opposite wing has been Simbin. There's now Nathan Brown with it, and Moses and Gutherson and Jennings with French away again. Bevan French kicks in field. The bounce was awkward. The gathering was sensational by Mitchell Moses. The Parramatta attack is a machine tonight. 16 gone. They got 2 very special 4-pointers.
Very clinical, but they're fast, they're precise, they're slick, they're on the money, and to finish it off, a beautiful kick on the inside for Moses. Still plenty of work to do. The put down is perfect. The lead-up work was brilliant, and the finish, it doesn't get any better. Thank you very much.
Mitchell Moses, been a tough season for him in some regard. Last week had that golden point moment against the Bulldogs. And now a 4-pointer. So he's got the set. He's had a goal, a field goal, now a try for Parramatta.
It was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time before the class of Mitchell Moses shone through. And you know, he was great last week. He's been getting with every performance that getting better with every performance that he has played. And he's just too good for us not to see him succeed in the halves for the Eels.
Still taking time with the kick, despite being right in front of the posts. And there is a 10-point margin for the Parramatta Eels. Hannah on the sideline.
Gents, the Eels have won 4 of their 6 games with Moses in the side. As you said, Braith, a bit of a rocky start for Mitchell Moses, but time has told, and we've seen that the class of this player is really coming to light now.
So Melbourne to restart play. Croft still with 12 men. Vunivalu in the bin. They won't want to concede another one while they're down a man. Croft goes high and long. It has been very impressive from Parramatta, even when it was 13 on 13. Vave back almost to the 20. King, and we've got players like Matangi to come on and rip in. Their penalty is earned for Parramatta.
And Melbourne are in survival mode now. They've really just got to try and handle the attack of the Parramatta Eels, which isn't an easy feat in itself tonight, just while Vunivalu was off.
Now 40 metres away from the Melbourne line. More pressure for the home team. Beaten only once this year at Amy Park. The home loss was up at Suncorp against the Titans. Brown backed into that tackle of Miles. This is King. Matangi was the decoy. Moses, that was an awkward looking pass that. Scooped up off the deck. Gutherson, good recovery. Takarangi wants to offload. Almost 2 or 3 times there. Scooped up by Gutherson. Parramatta. It might be 14 or 16-0 in a short space of time. Takarangi again. Moiroa, big bodies thrown at the defensive line. Kafusi, good tackle. Last play, Norman, a stab across field. What was that? He'll get a line dropout. He had to turn his body totally side on to get the kick in.
Well, he got lucky, Bossy. He got lucky because it wasn't the right kick. It wasn't well executed. Riley Jacks received the football and it was all the chase of Jennings. If it wasn't for the contact of Jennings on Riley Jacks and the timing just as his feet touched the ground, he's given his side another opportunity. Get him on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this.
33 seconds, Vossi.
That's new to me that the sin bin player can come back onto the field and be stalking the sideline. I think there's a breach of protocol there, isn't there? You've got to wait in the tunnel until you're allowed to come back on. Anyway, Parramatta have the ball 30 metres away from the Melbourne line. Obviously, he wants to join the defensive line.
They need him.
And I think you'll find that's an illegal advantage on the return from the bin. Now King with it. Moses, Gutherson, drifting out towards French. Ducked back inside, and now he'll get to dummy half. 10 from the line. Edwards, Brown. What a worker he has turned into. Vunivalu is back on right now. 8 metres away from the line. King. Moses out the back for Norman. Does the same. Semi run. And he got down. He says he did. Vunivalu's just back on the field. The sideline official you're looking at, Chris Treneman, on debut tonight in first grade. Has been watching Semi all night from close range.
And Semi's confident.
That his arm doesn't touch the touching goal.
He's very confident. Does he get it down in time? The left arm, does it stay in the air? Sure does.
The rookie
the ball is down and the left-hander Semi Radradra is in the air, and that can be seen on the screen on the right.
And he's got this one right.
Of play. We have a decision.
Welcome to the big show. And Semi Radradra. Write your headline for the Sunday papers right now.